Okay, good. You are an embodied reflection of Source. You are thus infinitely empowered, abundant, and a co-creator with your context always. You are an alchemist. Divination works because the web of life is intelligently organized with coordinated and storied agency. Let's take a look at the stories playing out now. Hi everyone. So we have two new beginnings occurring for all of us on a collective basis at our Aquarius new moon that's coming up on February 8th. The first is the Sabian Symbology that's imbued at the degree point, the 19-degree Aquarius degree point of this particular new moon. Fascinating symbol, a large white dove bearing a message. Now, a lot of us are working through exponential levels of transparency, the release of any remnants of self-delusion, getting completely clear about ourselves, about various things in our lives, what's been going on. And this message here, a large white dove bearing a message, is talking about clarity descending. So after many months, in fact, over the course of much of 2015, many people were feeling quite stuck or confused, or there were many threads, possibilities, potentials, and there was no clarity about which direction to go. This is talking about clarity arrives. There's a different energy that is supporting movement. Now, we get into the new Chinese New Year. The red fire monkey begins on this new moon. So the actual point of the Chinese New Year with the new animal, the new energies that coming into play, takes place on the second new moon after the winter solstice. And this year of the fire monkey is so supportive of moving all of the insights, the intuitions, the ideas, the projects that have been wanting to come into play over the course of the last 12 to 24 months. So be prepared. This year is going to be active, clever, playful, adventurous, a bit of a trickster element at play, sassy. This is about being discerning. This is about going with the flow. This is about really owning your power, kind of stepping into a new state of confidence, which is very exciting. So we're all going to be fed by this fire monkey year. Now, one thing I want to mention before we move on is that the new moon symbol, a large white dove bearing a message, is interesting in that over the course of the summer, if you recall, we had two events that occurred at the 21-degree Leo point, and that symbol was a carrier pigeon fulfilling its mission. Interesting. We had Venus conjunct Jupiter at that point, and we had a new moon later in the summer at that same point. So we had then a carrier pigeon fulfilling its mission, and now here we are 6 months later, a large white dove bearing a message. So don't be clear and don't be fooled. This is a time of clarity. It is at hand for you if you take it, if you sit, if you become still, if you meditate. There is information that can come to you now. It's a ripe time for you to, one, gain clarity, and two, move forward like the monkey. Aries. So welcome. I am throwing your I-Ching live this month. And this is something I've been wanting to do really forever. I mean, for almost a year now. So let's do it. Let's pull your I-Ching hexagram to denote the energy set for the microcycle, for the Aries-centric demographic. So for Aries-centric people, what is the energy theme for you specifically? Let's see what's coming up. Okay, so what we're doing is we're building the hexagram from the bottom up, and there's two sides to the coins, of course. Heads have one value, tails have another. The heads have a value of 3, and the tails have a value of 2. Here we have 2 tails and 1 head. And now, for those of you familiar with the I-Ching, please know that I only pull up one I-Ching hexagram for these general readings every month. And so what that means is I don't take into account the transforming lines. So some of these numbers actually represent transforming lines. But what I'm doing here for these general readings is pulling up the core hexagram. So here you have 3 heads. Aries. And the same. And 1 heads, 2 tails is 7, and 1 more. And the same. Now, this is what I want to say. Dear Aries, you have received the same hexagram as Scorpio. This is 44 liaison. There are 2 trigrams here. So what I want to say is, for those of you with Scorpio and Aries encodings in your natal chart, you want to take heed, okay? Now, 44 liaison. Let me give you the names though. So this top hexagram is called Chien, and the bottom is called Sun. Aries. So let's take a look. Let's do a spread for you and tune into what situation, circumstance, or event is likely to be coming forward during this Aquarius February 8th new moon cycle for Aries over the course of this particular chapter. I am using, by the way, before I start shuffling, I am using the Bral Talej deck again this month. I've used this in some past scopes. Very, very powerful deck. One I've had for years. It was my first really profound deck, and the first profound experience set that I had with cards. And it was the basis. It was the inspiration for it, and it was also the energetic charging deck for my series deck, my custom deck that you see me use in most of these alchemy scopes. So Aries, what is coming up for you at this time? Aries. So I'm just going to pull that. So the bottom of the deck is daring. That card is referring to risk, taking a risk. It's referring to courage, the need for courage. So let's see. Let's see what's coming up. Ah, that's it. You know what? So that is all that's coming up. But you know what I'll do is I'm going to pull, for the very simple spreads that are coming forward, I am pulling the Colette Baron Reed card as an additional piece. I'm not doing it for all the spreads, however. Now, interesting. You're choosing. There's a choice that you're making that is an answer to your prayers, that has to do with some exchange. This is about, like, for example, a work exchange. This is about a home exchange. This is about something delicious, something that is going to be some engagement, some relational involvement that is going to benefit you in some way. It's going to be delightful. But the thing that I love for you, Aries, about this is that you've made a choice emotionally. The choosing card is coming up in the emotional sector. So you have gotten clarity about something with your life, something that you have wanted, whether it's work, money, relationship, or home. Something delightful that you've wanted. You've made a choice. You've been able to hone maybe the various options, and you've chosen emotionally. So there's some conviction that is coming into play at this February Aquarius new moon month. Gorgeous. And you're really stepping into your free will. So it's like you're stepping into your creatorship, your co-creator, manifester, alchemist nature, and you're realizing, I can choose, I can choose, I can choose, and your thoughts are aligned, because this came up in the mental sector. So Aries, you are choosing what you want. You're choosing, in fact, it's like you're finally unveiling the banquet, and you're not limiting yourself anymore. And what I want to say is this is actually it's a very profound, it's simple, but it's very profound. Because in the spiritual sector, you're receiving the far away card. Now, in the spiritual sector, this is referring to you accessing infinite possibility. So the card is really leaping out of my hands. Okay, so what I want to say is this. Aries, for some of you out there, this is a general reading, so this will not apply to everybody. For a lot of you out there, you are beginning to access the infinite realms of existence. Now, that might sound way out there for some of you, but some of you, you know exactly what I'm talking about. This leaped out of my hands twice. You are reaching beyond your containment realms that you've had or known in the past, Aries. You are expanding your energy, you're expanding your perceptions of reality, you're expanding your life in a new way. It's like things are totally out there, literally, right? And the thing that it confirms it all is that in the center is the praying card. So during this February Aquarius new moon 2016 month, you are really tapping into the power of prayer, the power of visualization, the power of knowing, choosing, deciding what you want. How do you want to engage? What do you want to see come to pass in your life? What do you want to do? Trading is about where you want to live, what kind of magical circumstances do you want to create. This is the center message for you. So let's pull up another card here. I'm going to pull up the Colette Baron Reed Enchanted Map just very quickly here. Beautiful. Oh my gosh, Aries. I mean, sometimes, most of the times actually, it's the simplest spreads that bring out the most profound messages. Because it's not encumbered with details. It's like very clear, very simple, very profound. Absolutely love that for you. So let's take a look. What is the... Give us more. Give us more here. Oh, beautiful. So you're receiving number 25, Metamorphosis. Now this came up reversed, so let me read it. Okay. So Aries, so the card itself is talking about you are in the process of deep and beautiful change. That's the meaning of the card in general. You are in the process of deep and beautiful change. Yes, you are. You absolutely are. Reversed, there are times of chaos and darkness that occur, much like the growing pains experienced by the caterpillar who is in the process of becoming a butterfly. By the way, I'll interrupt there. I have a video that I created on becoming a butterfly, so you might want to look at my channel and find that video. There is a tendency to expect the worst when the first signs of difficulty arise, when something is taken away, or unwanted circumstances come to challenge you to let go of old ideas about how life is supposed to be. You are not a victim. Rather, you're experiencing the temporary discomfort we all must go through before the beauty is unveiled. I have to say, this is absolutely, completely, and utterly aligned with what this spread is bringing forward for you, because you know you're not a victim now. That is the message of this spread. You are making a choice. You are realizing that you are the creator. You're tapping into your alchemist nature. You are a powerful individual. That is what's happening here. You are not a victim anymore in your mind. You've re-perceived life. You are re-perceiving. Very powerful, Aries. Wow. Let's pull an angel card for you. So this is my angel cards from Findhorn. Just like these are from the north of Scotland, these are from the north of this from the north of Italy. These are from the north of the UK. These are from Scotland. And Findhorn is fabulous. The angel cards are great. Simple, but again, super powerful. Let's see. For Aries. Honesty. You know, it's interesting. There's a lot of angel cards in there. I don't know how many, I think about 74. There's been a couple duplicates already, and I've not even finished doing these scopes. So what that means that there are a couple key growth edges, because this is the guidance. So the guidance, Aries, for you during the cycle is to be honest with yourself, with your circumstance, see the truth, see the reality. You're not a victim. Don't put the story on it. Or see the story for what it is. Own your story as the perspective, but be honest about what is and let go of what isn't. So it might be that this is very much about you letting go of the drama of what used to be your reality. This is very strong, Aries. I really support you in this journey. And for anybody that wants additional help with their journey, please reach out to me for a session, and we can tap in and have you break through any other barriers and help you move along and catapult yourself in 2016. Let's take a look now at your Dakini, which is the embodiment. So who are you to become over the course of the cycle to walk it with least effort? Let's take a look. Aries. So let's move now to the embodiment. Which Dakini, which goddess is coming forward to represent your optimal quality set to embody this month? Who are you to become? I use Penny Slinger's 64 Dakini Oracle, and this month you are receiving number 30, Aphrodisia, a beautiful Dakini. This is what Penny writes. Aphrodisia is born from the foam, and the emotion of love and attraction flows with her as waves of bliss, affecting the air of our consciousness. Aphrodite is known to us as the Greek goddess of love. She represents beauty, fertility, eternal youth, love, pleasure, attraction, and sexuality. Her erotic form was known as Aphrodite porn, which is where the word pornography comes from, which actually denotes one of the goddess of love's sacred arts. Aphrodisia is her reborn evolutionary form, which she has stepped into to bring forth the energies most appropriate for our times. As a goddess who evokes feelings of love and sexual magnetism, in the past she may have used her powers of allurement to bind those caught in her web of attraction. Now she wishes to use her charms to awaken within those who desire her unconditional, not conditional love. I am going to read two components here. One is Aphrodisia's transmission, and the other is Aphrodisia's affirmation for you, Aries. The transmission for you is this: let me seduce you into loving yourself and loving the divine through me, a perfect harmony of attraction, the goddess of love in action. The affirmation for Aphrodisia for you, Aries, is this: I am a being whose true nature is love. I cultivate the art of love in all my actions and interactions. I spread love and loveliness wherever I go. Beautiful, Aries. This is a powerful Dakini. It's a foundational one. I wish you a fantastic month ahead. A reminder for any couples out there that I'm having an $88 special couples relationship spread personalized video, along with a free offering throughout the entire month of February. It is the archetypal profile for relationships. So the free offering is the profile that looks at the archetypal stories that live between you and your partner. So for anybody that orders their private video couples reading, I will provide a free relationship archetypal profile throughout the month of February. A great offer. I wish you a beautiful month. Talk to you soon. Bye.